What up, guys? Here in Nashville, Tennessee, on my way to the Goodwill bins. Gonna go scan some books, CDs, and DVDs. And apparently this location I'm going to is like the central Goodwill that gets all the media before it gets redistributed to other Goodwills in the Nashville area. So it should be the freshest inventory we can get as long as nobody else has been there first, which that's a big if. Might have to take out the competition today if I see anyone in there, any of you guys in there. So follow me along and we'll see how much profit we make. Okay, so when I first walked in here, I thought that bin was fresh inventory. So I went ahead and started scanning the bins first, which you should always scan the fresh inventory. The fresh inventory is the best inventory, but I actually find something here in just a second. And as you can see, some of these items are coming up gray. That's just because I don't have my triggers set for CDs and DVDs, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just looking at that profit number and I'm looking for anything that really stands out. So $1.18, I don't really want it. Let's see here. Just scanning these CDs. Boom, $8.80. Now let's take a look at this real quick. The low price is $16.44. The buy box is also $16.44. The eScore on this CD is 28. Sales ranks 88,000. I'm 100% going to pick this up. Okay, so this book's $6.82 profit. eScore is 30. It's buy boxing at $15.42. The low FBA offer is 97. I should have done a live lookup here. So whenever you come across a book with really low merchant prices, you see how all the low merchant in that far left column there, $5.47. I mean, and the low FBA is $10.97. I don't know why it's buy boxing at 15. I just wasn't thinking. Maybe my caffeine didn't kick in for the day, but I should have clicked live lookup at the bottom there, which I didn't. When I went home to list this book, which you guys will see shortly at the end of this video, I tally up all my profit. It was only $1 profit after the buy cost. So I should have always do that live lookup. Click that live button at the bottom if you're kind of skeptical about a book. You should really do it for all your books. $1.54. I'm just looking for margin here. I'm willing to pick up a book. If it's $1 and it sells, like if I know it's going to sell the first week it checks in, I'm okay with spending $1 to make $2 back. But you really got to know what you're doing in order to do that. Like you don't want to send in high ranked books, which is that's a mistake a lot of beginners make. Like eScores of 50 or lower, really even 100 or lower. They're not super fast sellers, but you get something that sells 10 times a day and it just has trouble staying in stock. You guys will see at the next location, I actually pick up a few books that are low profit, but they're going to fly. So that Goodwill wasn't terrible. Unfortunately, there was no books in the bins. So the way this Goodwill works is they have the bins, and if I was hanging out longer, a few hours, I probably could have gotten the books in the bins, but instead I just went to the front of the store where they have just books on the shelf. Got about 1 book, 3 DVDs, 1 CD. Now I'm headed to a library. I actually know the manager at this library, so he'll probably let me scan the books in the back. This library usually has really good books. Not that many books, but the books they do have are usually pretty good. Also, when I was in that location, I got recognized by someone. So I think his name was Derek. Shout out Derek. I'll put a picture of him here. He is at 7,000 in sales each month. He's using GoToLister, and he's hustling out of his truck right now. So big shout out to Derek. And yeah, let's go to this library and see what we can find. All right, we're headed to the library. Pro tip: always bring him coffee. Okay, so I'm at the library now, and what I'm going to do is start with the DVDs. Now, as you can see, this location doesn't have that many books. There's actually another shelf behind me. There's about 2 of these like little double shelves going on, but the books here in DVDs have always been really good. So I'm going to check my Amazon Seller app. Sometimes it's easier to use the Amazon Seller app to scan the covers, like as you can see here. And this is a book about wrestling, or a DVD about wrestling. This is a crazy story. Foxcatcher, this rich dude ended up killing one of the best wrestlers ever, Mark Schultz. But as you can see, I just use the Amazon Seller app to scan the cover. It's a pro tip there. And then I look at the FBA offers from the Amazon Seller app. And now I'm just scanning these DVDs. Scan faster. That's the name of the game. There's this barcode's kind of screwed up, but doesn't look like it's good anyway. $21 profit here, but the eScore is 0. That's no good. That means it sold no times in the last 6 months. All right, here we go. $14 is the low FBA. eScore is amazing. And sales rank's 8,000. Definitely picking this one up. $18 profit. Boom. This is money all day. It's always a really good sign when you see this left-hand column here just be beefed up with high merchant fulfilled offers. You see that? It's $28. There's nobody selling this for like $5, which is a really good sign. The buy box is at $27.54. So the FBA offers are actually lower than the merchant fulfilled, but there's still so much margin to be had. Definitely picking this one up. So now I'm over at the book section. I'm going to go ahead and put my buy cost in at 1 so I can see how much profit I'm really left with. I'm like actually only paying 66 cents for these items, for these books and DVDs. But I mean, some of these are just such fast sellers. This eScore is 36. I'm actually going to snag that one that I just scanned because it's such a fast seller. So eScore 36, eScore 16, those are both pretty low eScores. eScore 36 isn't terrible, but I asked for the price, so I updated it to 66. I'm like, can I make any money on this? I go back and find that book. There it is. Boom. $3.83 at a 66-cent buy cost. I'm going to pick this one up, guys. 24,000 sales rank, 151 eScore. This is going to fly off the shelf. It's not going to be in stock for very long. And hey, for 66 cents to make $1.58 profit, it's pretty good. I try to not get that many books that only make $1 profit, but if it's an extremely fast seller like that, I'm going to do it. All right, so here's another one. I'm going to pick this one up too. 66 cents, 26,000 sales rank, eScore super healthy, 151 plus. This is also going to fly off the shelf. I'm going to pick this up. Now, be very careful. You're watching this video right now. I don't want you guys picking up a bunch of low profit books, but I know 95% chance these books are going to sell within the first few weeks when they check in. All right, so now I'm using the Amazon Seller app again. As you can see, I open it up. I go to the FBA offers. $6 is low FBA, not worth it. So let's move on. So boom, here's a $14 profit book. But if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, it's restricted. That doesn't mean to leave it on the shelf just because you can't sell it. We can either send this to restrictedinventory.com. That's a service that'll sell the book for you at a 50-50 split. We'd make about $7 profit if we send it to them. Or we could sell this to a third-party vendor for cash. And it turns out BooksRun on bookscouter.com is paying $14 for this. So I'm going to send this to BooksRun. So full disclaimer, restrictedinventory.com is a business I started years ago. Now my partner runs it for me. So all the books have to go to Texas, get vetted at a warehouse to make sure they're not counterfeit. But they will sell the books for you at a 50-50 split. And they never take more than $20. So if you send them a $100 profit book, they take $20 as their cut. If you send them a $10 book, they pay you $5 and you keep $5. So that's how it works. Boom, here's a $5.80 profit book. Good merchant fulfilled offers. I'm going to take that all day. Boom, $7.83, but the buy box is $10. I do a live search and it's still, you can see ScoutIQ is putting that orange box on $17.36. That's because ScoutIQ knows there's no FBA offers here and we can price this basically for what we want. This is going to be a good book to pick up. Boom, $6.98 profit. Do a live search. That's why it's so important to do live searches, guys. Look, there's a bunch of FBA offers here hanging out at $9. Not too much margin be had. And it's not a super fast seller. If this was a 151 plus with only, one FBA offer or whatever, I'd pick it up. But keep in mind too that ScoutIQ only shows you what it can see from Amazon. So sometimes there's more than what ScoutIQ is showing you for the FBA offers. Sometimes there's like 20 FBA offers. So if you really want to know, click on that Amazon icon in the bottom right and filter by Prime. You'll be able to see all the FBA offers. All right, so we picked up about 6 books, 2 DVDs, and as you can see from that video, there wasn't even that many books, but this is just such a high success place. And that's why it's important to hit libraries. Libraries are really good. Oftentimes I find libraries have higher success rates than thrift stores do. And I think a lot of people just don't go to libraries. Maybe part of it is they feel bad. And I completely get this. Like when you're in a library, the library's, providing these books to the general public to, make the general public what's the word for it, more literary to help the kids, to help the community. And I think some people feel dirty going in and, you know, purchasing books for a profit off the shelf. That's why I brought them coffee. And you know what's crazy is I brought them coffee. I didn't even know the front two workers. My main man, Chris, he wasn't there. He's actually traveling in Egypt right now. And the crazy thing is they gave me all the books for free. I brought them coffee. They gave me books for free. I say free. I didn't have cash with me, and it's a cash-only library, and didn't know their Venmo today. So they're like, hey, just take them. It was $4 total for it was like 66 cents per book. And they let me get the books for free. And I'll pay them in the future, obviously. I texted Chris, said, hey, I owe you $4. But that just goes to show, like, if you bring coffee or bring food or bring something, it kind of makes them, I feel like it kind of balances the guilt associated with cherry picking their best books, you know. And you shouldn't feel guilty about it, but when you have an app that sounds like a casino and you're scanning the whole section and you know you're about to make $100 profit off the books you're scanning, it's nice to bring them some cappuccinos, you know, and let them know they're getting something out of the deal too. And at the end of the day, we are providing a service to the community. We're taking these books, we're providing money to the library, we're making these books available for sale on Amazon to readers who want them. So don't feel bad about it either. But let's go home and let's see how much profit we're left with. Okay, so now I have 2 stacks of items. This first stack here is everything I got from the library, and this second stack here is everything I got from the Goodwill bins. So what we're gonna do real quick is tally these up, see how much profit we have, and we're actually gonna list them on Amazon right now with GoToLister. So what you do is you open a batch, go to GoToLister.com, create a batch for Fulfilled by Amazon. And what this is going to do is allow you to ship your items to Amazon FBA. For the batch name, we're going to put Avery today's date thrifting. That way I know where I got these items. Then for pricing rule, we're going to put smart pricing. This is basically going to price our faster moving products at higher prices. Listed by, we're going to put my name. Who labels, we're going to label them because we save 30 cents for each item we label instead of paying Amazon to label. For box content, we're going to select I want to provide box content. Boom, create batch. Now within the batch, this is like the absolute fastest way to list books. We're going to list all the books in good condition. Unless they're in really bad condition, then I'll list them as acceptable, but I like to under promise, over deliver. So everything's going to be listed as good. For the source, I'm going to put E-library because that's the name of the library I got them from, started with the E. That way at the end of the year, I can track which sources are the most profitable. Let's say Goodwill bins versus the library versus estate sales versus online arbitrage. I can see what sourcing model is making me the most profit. And for buy cost, I only paid 66 cents for each of these. Big shout out to Chris at the library. I mean, his books are ridiculously cheap. So it's amazing. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. This is a very generic condition note, but this is going to allow me to scan freakishly fast. So I don't have to change anything. Everything's listed as good. Everything has the same generic condition note. As booksellers, all we care about is getting the buy box. People don't read condition notes. It doesn't matter. The biggest booksellers on Amazon use the same condition notes for their books. If you guys want to fight about it, comment below. But watch how fast I can list books simply by using the same condition and same condition note for every item. So this first item is a DVD. I'm still going to list it in good condition. Notice I'm already 3 deep, 4 deep, 5 deep, 6 deep. This last book here, I'm restricted. So I'll show you what you can do with restricted books. And look, it's slowly printing out the labels. Now, why is it printing them out after I scan them? It's because Amazon's response time is slow. But notice how I was able to scan all those items in. No other software out there allows you to scan that fast. So GoToLister actually waits for Amazon to send the FNSKU, and you can queue your scans in as you're waiting, where other listing softwares make you wait for Amazon to create the FNSKU. So now what I'm going to do is take these, go ahead and label them up. But the purpose of this video is really to show you how much profit I made. Okay, so for these, I got these at the Goodwill bins. So I'm going to put Goodwill bins as the source. My buy cost on average for these were $1.40. Same concept here. I'm going to list the same condition. Now watch this. I scan 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's the 5 labels for these items printed right here. And now we can quickly label those up. So as you can see from these 2 sources, I paid about $10 total for the items, and I'm left with $86 profit. And every time before I submit the batch and send these to Amazon, I like to double check all my prices. So it actually tells you which offer it's comparing to. So you can see FBA slot 4 here. So that's pretty good. FBA slot 4 usually means it's priced a bit higher, but in this case, the buy box is $16.23. We're just priced at what is that, 9 cents higher than the buy box. So we're not making that much extra profit there. FBA slot 2, I'm happy with that price. This is currently priced at the buy box price. I thought we were going to make more profit on this item. This is a $1.20 profit. Sales rank's pretty good. Let me double check this on Amazon. Why did I pick this up if it was only a $1 profit? Yeah, it looks like it is going for $9.15. Let's see though. Okay, so yeah, this book doesn't sell for a lot. But we'll sell it for $9.50. I'm gonna go ahead and send this in. I mean, I paid $1.40 for it. It's gonna bring me back $2.60. Not great, but who cares? Next, I have this $25 profit. We priced it at FBA slot 3. Buy box is $35. We're gonna make an extra $2 by pricing it a little bit higher. So what I do is I like to send these books in, let them sit for 30 to 60 days at the smart price, and then we'll go ahead and adjust it. Buy box price, $7 profit, $2 profit here. This is priced at the buy box price. We could come in. But this is 2.4 million rank. You don't want to price. You want to price, million plus ranked books at buy box price. You don't want to be FBA offer 2 or 3. $2.40 here. All right, let's see what we're left with here. $61,007 profit. FBA slot 2. We're gonna make an extra $1 with smart pricing there. FBA slot 4. We're making an extra $6 by pricing smart. 79,000. I'm happy with that price. 79,000 sales rank, pretty fast mover. Okay, so that's it. Now we'll send the batch and get it listed on Amazon, but that's $86 profit total. Sourcing at 2 locations. I was probably at each location for less than 30 minutes. I mean, that ain't bad. In the next few days, I'll probably try and go to McKay's used bookstore and get closer to a few $100 profit, but I mean, I'm not upset with that. About an hour sourcing total for 10 profitable items. And actually, I have this book here too. I meant to show you guys real quick. What you guys can do with restricted books is go to bookscouter.com or restrictedinventory.com. This is full disclaimer. This is my business here, but I'm actually going to send this to BookScouter. All you have to do, scan the restricted book in. Books Run is paying me $14 for this book. Now, sometimes restricted inventory, it's a consignment service that my partner owns the majority of the profit on this business, but we make $7.15 if we sent this to my partner and then he would sell it for us. So basically restrictedinventory.com sells books for you and splits the profit. Now, it's really worth it to send expensive books to restrictedinventory.com. Like if you have $100 plus profit books, because restricted inventory never takes more than $20 profit. So if you sell a $100 profit book, you'll still make $80. But on lower profit textbooks, go to bookscouter.com and you can check all these websites. And I'm going to send this to Books Run because I've heard bad things about Textbook Rush, but I know Books Run's a reputable company, so we'll go ahead and sell that there. And I only paid $1 for that book, so I'm turning $1 into $14. If you want to meet up in person, we're doing a Books and Beyond event. This is purely for booksellers, CD sellers, and media sellers. It's going down in Vegas, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. So the link below to join the wait list will be there, or maybe you can purchase your tickets by the time you're watching this video. Also, if you want my free course that I used to charge $400 for, teaching you exactly how to build a 6 or 7 figure Amazon book business, click the link below for starthumble.com/beast. This will give you access to my challenge. In the first 30 days, it'll challenge you to send more profitable inventory than you could ever imagine to Amazon FBA. Get those books out the door, feed the beast. The only way you're gonna make profit selling on Amazon is if you send a bunch of profitable inventory. Don't look at my, don't look at my dirty room. Keep sending more profitable inventory to Amazon FBA. Get your inventory levels up there. If you get 1,000, 2,000 books in stock, before you know it, you'll have consistent sales every single day. So you have to feed the beast. So if we do live coaching calls every week, you get access to my free course. I don't know what else to give you guys. The link for the Feed the Beast Challenge, which will give you everything I just mentioned, is below. And also, save your seat for the Books and Beyond book selling conference. Super excited to meet you all there in person. Much love. See you soon.